buy-to-let mortgages and how much will you be paying on a monthly basis? That's a great question, and we've built a buy-to-let mortgage cost calculator for you to work out exactly that amount. So go check out this calculator for you to use for free. Hi everyone, my name is Simon Misiewicz from Optimised Accountants, and we built you a buy-to-let mortgage cost calculator. It will help you to understand how much mortgage interest costs that you will be paying each month against your property. So let's go into the detail. Before we do, the URL is in the video shot, so you can have a look at that. If you want to get the URL for the video description, you can do that as well. So in this article, there is a built-in calculator, but it has some useful information for you to look at. It talks about the calculator itself. It's got a bit about mortgage interest relief and talks about section 24 as well. But you're here to look at the calculator and how it really works. And I've got an example here. I'm just going to enter some data with you so you can follow along and do the same thing, but for your property would be better. So let's put a property value of £350,000. And typically we find that people go for a maximum 75% mortgage. We don't tend to find that people can get more. It's not impossible, but we tend to find that the maximum usually is 75%. So let's put that in there. So what we see now is mortgage value is £262,500. The deposit required here from you is £87,500. That does exclude things like stamp duty, land tax, conveyancing costs, etc. This is just for the actual property itself. And I put in a mortgage interest rate rate of 5.25%, but let's imagine that it's something like 4.75%. You might have got a good deal. We know that mortgage interest rates are increasing, especially if you're refinancing your property. This is really a good tool to help you understand how much more you'll be paying. So let's go for an example then. So we've got monthly rental income of, let's say, of £1,750. I think I put that in, but we could put in a monthly cost of £250. In this example, I'm going to be covering this as a single let property, which means that I will have the property management fees of maybe 10%, some insurances, and a few odds and bits to add in. So I'm just going to say 250. If you've got a HMO or furnished holiday let, you need to put in significantly more costs in there. You'll have to put it there in terms of utilities. You've got maybe some extra insurances, council tax, and other things that you might think of. So in this example, we've got a monthly profit before mortgage interest of £1,500. The mortgage interest cost is a whopping £1,039 in this example. And the reason for that is because it's a property value of £350,000, let's not forget. So that's quite high of 1039. Profit after mortgage interest is 461. What we're saying is mortgage interest cover, the times, is basically saying, well, how many times can it cover the monthly profit before the mortgage interest cost against the mortgage interest cost of 1039? And you're probably thinking, well, it's not exactly 2 times, is it? But it's doing some roundings, okay? So it's just getting you a close figure. Now, what we see is that mortgage lenders will say, we want to cover a 4%. So straight away, what I would be saying to you is if you're looking for a property at £350,000 and you've got more monthly rental income of 1750, you're probably not going to get the mortgage at 75%. You might have to say to them, well, actually, I'm going to be putting in 50% deposit, which requires a significant amount of more deposit from you. But now what we can see is that the monthly cost is 1,500. Monthly interest is still only is 693. The mortgage interest cover is only 2 times. That's what I was trying to say, which again is just not enough. So what we'd have to almost say is, well, okay, maybe that property doesn't work. So maybe we go for a cheaper property. Let's say 175, and we'll put in a 75%. So now we're almost doing due diligence work now. Mortgage interest rate of 4.75%. We'll leave that as it is. We'll assume that maybe the monthly, well, let's think about a HMO actually. Let's put in 2,500 as a HMO. Monthly cost might be, let's say £600. And then you've got profit now of 1,900. So you can see how you can vary your numbers in here to get the kind of calculations that you need. And straight away, we can see monthly interest cost is now 520. The profit of is 1380, but we're looking at the interest cover, which banks are looking for at least 4 times typically to get you through that mortgage application. Now, what we're looking at is 1,900 compared to 520. It's there or thereabouts 4 times. So hopefully you can start to see, well, that you can get through the application based on this property that you're looking at. Now, what if you're looking to refinance and you might have a monthly interest rate of 4.75%? What if the interest rates goes up higher? So imagine that the interest rates goes up to 5%. Well, we know that we're paying monthly interest costs of 520. At 5%, it will go up to 5.6%. 6% it goes up to 656, and then all the way to 8% of 876. And you can pretty much do your own mathematics here, but this is giving you a sensitivity analysis of how much more interest you will be paying if interest rates goes up. Again, this is particularly good and useful for those people that are looking to convert their existing mortgage into a refinance deal. We know that mortgage interest rates are going up in 2022, 2023. So therefore, you will be using this for refinancing your property deal. So hopefully this calculator has been useful, and best of luck.